So, we've talked at length in previous episodes of my ongoing battle against mental health. A lot of family mental health issues in my world. And I'm always looking to improve and looking to challenge myself in new ways. And I think we do a lot of physical stuff. We try to eat well. We try to supplement the missing parts, try to exercise, try to go outside, try to be in the sun, all those really important things.
Family, social connections.
Yeah. But I was starting to think, what can I do for mental stimulation? Because I read some of your books, but I read a lot of stupid garbage fiction. So I was like, I need to come up with a way to challenge myself mentally. And so this all sort of stemmed because I remember we were hanging out with Bonnie and Ian one time. And I said at one point that one of my greatest regrets in life was that I never was musical. I never really learned how to play an instrument. I had a drum kit for a short amount of time, but never really put time into it. And I love music. You and I, like, one of our favorite things to do is go see live music. We travel to do that. That's one of our things. And I always just wished I was more musical. So Bonnie was like, well, yeah, too late now. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. I still have so much time ahead of me. And even though I've missed the sort of youth where you can just soak it up like a sponge, I'm like, hell, I can do it. It'll be good for my brain and keep me busy. So I picked up an instrument.
Yes.
And the heritage of our Maui life and everything. And, I did some research and I decided the ukulele was going to be it. Yes. So starting in January, I started playing the ukulele.
Yeah. So, and David practices a lot. He's very dedicated. He stuck with it. So the background music of our life together in our home, now there's just always these lovely ukulele songs being played. So it's neat.
It's great because, first of all, the ukulele is one of the more comfortable instruments to learn.
Thanks for not picking the accordion
or the violin or something where you're just like through the house. So, but I like the sound of ukulele. I kind of wish I would have learned guitar younger, but the ukulele is pretty close and it's a good stepping stone. So who knows, but I just really, really enjoy it. It's super fun. It's pretty comfortable to pick up the basics. And then, like you said, I've just spent like every day, at least 30 to 60 minutes, but there's some days where I'll spend 4 hours throughout the day just playing away. Picking it up. It's super fun.
It kind of stemmed too from, I was having a conversation with someone this morning actually about this. Everybody's got different brain types or personality tendencies, and that I don't think very many of them are explicitly bad or explicitly good. I think you have to understand yourself and your learning style and your tendencies, and then just try to leverage those things for good and not evil. And so if I can, overstep my bounds and describe you, which is you're prone to ruminating thoughts.
Absolutely.
Which for evil turns into anxiety, ruminating on things, looping on things, anxious thoughts about either things that have happened or even worse, things that haven't happened yet. And you're just inventing in your head. Yeah. But man, if you could take, that's like a high focus, a high ability to stick with something, to see something through to the end. I've always struggled to find the word, but I describe you as the complete opposite of a procrastinator. Right. I would think about things and plan things for months and then probably never do them. Whereas this office is a great example of, like, you had an idea, you made the plan, you executed the plan, you got it done in a pretty timely, timeline, and it's awesome. So those personality tendencies, you just have to leverage them for good. And so instead of doom scrolling social media or looping on anxious things or revisiting awkward interactions from when you were a server 20 years ago, stuff like that. It's like, hey, what if we just put a ukulele in your hand? Yeah. And you keep your hands busy, keep your mind busy, good for many reasons, but just channel that ability to like loop on something and stick with something for good. Yeah. Yeah. And I've definitely noticed an improvement with that. And it's such an easy thing that I don't have to set it up. I literally have it sitting beside the couch. And so if I feel myself spending too much time on my phone, or if I'm thinking about stupid things, I can be like, Kate, just change what we're doing here. Let's grab it and just strum away. But yeah, it's neat that I just turned 46. So I started when I was 45, but it's just neat that even at 45, you can train yourself to learn something new. Sure. And it's really cool because just like anything, and everybody that's tried CrossFit knows that the first time you try to learn the clean and jerk or the snatch or anything like that, it's always like super awkward and uncomfortable and weird. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And it's the same thing with all of these skills. It was the same for me doing uke. And now I'm getting better and it's coming around, and you have those sort of milestones that you hit. You're like, oh shit, I couldn't do that before. And it's just such a neat, motivating thing.
and just such a great way to spend your time.
Yeah, I think it's super cool. Yeah. And modeling that behavior for the kids too. Hey, it's perfectly fine to struggle, with your mental state in these ways, but here's some tools for how you can turn that towards the good side of things.
Yeah.